Hey guys, and welcome back to Daily Courses. So in our last video we have talked about tables, and in this video we were talking about HTML forms. Now we will divide this video into two parts. The first part will include input, labels and buttons. The other part will include paragraphs and other elements. So let's get started. As usual, index.html that has a template. How do we bring that template? Like this. Let's close this. Let's say here HTML form. Now, how do we actually make a form? So the first element that we need is called a form element. That encloses all the form elements and sets the submission parameters using attributes like action. What does that mean? We're gonna say form. Now we have an action. So we will keep this thing empty. But eventually when we're actually building a form is like set, get, basically fetch or getting information from a database or from a back end, and either putting information from form to back end is used by utilizing the action attribute. So for now it is not over here. After that we will have labels. So what we can do is not just directly attack it with a label. We're going to put a div so that we can divide it, but you don't have to actually. First of all, let's talk about label. What is a label tag? As you can see, what is the for tag as well? And we're going to see. Let's say label is name. And let's save it for now. Let's see what happens. 1 second. As you can see, it's here label. It's just basically a paragraph tag. But what's the difference and why are we using label? So how do we put the form element itself? It is input, type text. Okay. And see, we have name and we have the input. Now it has several things. First of all, for let's say it is name. So how do we actually connect these two? Because right now we don't need it, but for the back end or for the website to know these are related, we'll use something called IDs. We will talk about IDs furthermore in our upcoming videos, but basically ID is a name that cannot be repeated. So you can give that element a name and it is solely its name. So you can call it by, rather than by saying input, you can call it by saying name ID, and we change it here to name ID. Okay. And then as you can see, it's here. Now maybe it's a number or something and user does not know. Maybe it's a phone number and the user does not know what to write here. So we can use one more thing that is called placeholder, and we will say enter your name here. As you can see, the placeholder comes here. So this is used when you're putting a phone number and you can say that you want it by 0 or you want it by 9 or you want it by the country code. So this is why you use it. After that, we have one more thing for email. So it will be like this. So basically labeled for email. The ID is email. Type would be email. I'm going to show you what does that mean. Enter your email. The same thing we will do for the password as well. Password, ID is password for password. That type it. So to actually avoid confusion, it's like this. These things are equal here as well. We are going to say this with this. Now the type password and email, I'm going to let you know what that means. Last thing we have is a button. Okay. Now button, we can say submit. Now that is enough, but in forms we can use a type and we say it's reset or submit. So let's see what actually happened in our website. So this is the name. See, this is the email. It will not submit because it says you have to make it an email. So you have to make it in an email syntax. And this is a password, which is hidden. And then you can submit it and it will come over here, as you can see. Because what it basically did is that it actually set the query to itself. That is why the URL changed. Now let's try one more thing. Let's say we have a button and here we say reset. And here we come and we say type reset. Now let's see what happens now. So it resets because it's built in type function. You can just say reset and you can just make sure all the fields are empty because they are inside the same form tag. Let's say we take this thing and we put it outside, not in the same form tag. Okay. And we say reset again. It will just reset the things that are inside that form tag. So basically form is a very fun and a very useful thing in HTML. For now, this is it for today's video. We will have another video about forms, and after that we're going to talk about classes and IDs that we have talked about a while ago. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed or learned something, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.